Hey boys and girls, today we're going to create a multimedia collage inspired by an artist that we'll take a look at before we get started. But the first thing we need to do is create our painted papers. We're going to use primary colors today to create secondary colors. So Miss Kane is going to give you a squirt of paint on one end of your paper. You'll spread it out towards the middle, then clean your brush off really well on the paper towel before you start spreading the second squirt of paint. Make sure you fill all the white space on the end before you start spreading towards the middle, because once those two primary colors meet, it'll reveal a secondary color. It's really important to clean your brush. That way you'll end up with 3 different colors on one paper. Once we finish mixing our 2 primary colors to get our secondary color, we'll put this first paper on the drying rack to dry. And if we have enough time, we'll go ahead and move on to our next one. In total, we will be creating 3 secondary colors. So I'll come and give you another bit of paint on one end that you'll spread to the center of your paper. Clean your paintbrush off, and then I'll come back around and give you another squirt of paint that you will, again, spread out on the other side, filling all the white space before you start mixing. And then this painting will also go on the drying rack. Then moving on to our last painted paper, we'll spread the first primary color, clean our brush, and then spread the second primary color to reveal our third secondary color. Now I may have to come and give you a little bit more paint if we can't get the colors just the way we want them, and that's okay. Just raise your hand and I will be around with more paint. Once our papers are dry, we're going to use a fish-shaped tracer to trace a fish on each color. So we'll have 3 fish that are primary colors and 3 fish that are secondary colors. When we're all finished tracing, we'll use our scissors to carefully cut around our fish. Make sure your thumb is in the small hole, your fingers are in the larger opening, and then keeping those scissors pointed away from your body, carefully cut on the line to reveal or to get your fish shape. Now any small pieces you cut away, save those. We may be able to use them in the second part of our collage. Make sure you are using your helping hand, the hand that's not holding the scissors, to turn the paper as you need it to be turned. That way we are always keeping those scissors pointed away from our body. Now that all your fish are cut out, we're going to arrange them on a background paper, and we'll add just a little bit of glue around the outside edge. Press them down carefully. And once we have all of our fish glued down, we'll flip it over and give that paper a bit of a massage on the back to help our glue with a little extra grab time. Now we're going to use our extra painted paper, or the scraps from our painted paper, to cut out different shapes that might resemble rocks on the bottom of the ocean, or coral, or seashells, or even seaweed. Anything you can think of that might look like it belongs in the ocean. We'll arrange those on our paper and begin gluing those down as well. Flip that paper over and give it a bit of massage. And now we're going to move on to markers. We're going to use some metallic markers to draw different kinds of lines and designs in the background space of our paper. Wavy lines, spiral lines, even a zigzag line. You can repeat those lines any way you would like. You can even use dotted lines or small shapes inside those spirals. Some lines can be thick, some lines can be thin. It is up to you. We'll even use our markers to draw the designs or details on our fish. So some lines on the fins, bumpy lines for his scales, a big old circle for an eyeball, curved line for the mouth and the gill. Take your time. We will not complete this all in one class. It will take several class periods to complete this collage. It'll give you time to think about designs before you come back to art class. Once you're all finished adding your designs, go ahead and flip that paper over and write your name on the back. That way we know whose it is. And we're all finished. I hope you enjoyed creating.